Rats are one of the most infamous, well-known and hard to eliminate pests in the modern world. A rat infestation can be a very serious problem. It can spread harmful parasites like fleas and even illnesses like hantavirus and famously the Black Plague. To deal with the rat problem, start laying traps early and often be willing to call the professional help if the infestation gets out of hand. Step 1. Buy at least several traps. Once you've identified a rat problem, you want to work fast. The quicker you actually start trapping rats, the less time the population of rats will have a chance to expand. Start by heading to your local hardware store and buying plenty of rat traps. The more you're able to set, the better chance you stand of trapping rats. Most disposable rat traps are available for quite cheap, so it's not a bad idea to buy one or two more than you think you'll need. If the extra money prevents major rat problems in the future, it will have been a wise investment. See the steps below for more information on the different types of rat traps available. The sole exception here is when we're dealing with live traps. Since live traps are almost significantly more expensive than ordinary disposable rat traps, it can be impractical to buy more than one. Thus, live traps are best suited for small rat problems, instances where there's only about 1 or 2 rats loose in your house. Any larger, then you run the risk of being unable to catch all of the rats before they start to breed. See below for the more information on the live traps. Step 2. Use snap traps. The classic spring-loaded wooden snap trap is a proven, effective way to start trapping rats. These traps work by snapping a metal wire over the rat's neck when it tries to grab the bait. Snap traps usually come in several sizes, so be sure to pick one that's big enough to kill the rats at your residence. Using traps that are too small may maim the rat without killing it or leading to a protracted death from strangulation. Pros, when used correctly, kills rats quickly and effectively. Traps are reusable and basically effective forever until they are sprung, so it can be left in a problem areas semi-permanently. Cons: can occasionally cause bleeding, gore, etc. possible to hurt yourself if the trap is sprung accidentally. Step 3. Use glue traps. Glue traps are pads or sheets covered in a very sticky adhesive with a spot for bait in the middle. When the rat tries to get the bait, its legs are caught in the glue. As it frantically struggles to free itself, its mouth gets caught in the glue and it suffocates. However, this is cruel and inhumane, because the rodent will die a slow/painful death. Animal rights groups recommend other types of traps, such as snap traps or kill-free traps. While glue traps are considered fairly effective at killing mice, since rats are bigger and stronger, there is some doubt as to their effectiveness of controlling rat populations. Even large rat-sized glue traps may not always kill a rat, requiring you to euthanize it yourself. Pros: cheap, disposable. It can also catch bugs, spiders, etc. inadvertently. Cons: won't always kill rats quickly. In fact, it occasionally won't kill rats at all, requiring you to put the rat out of its misery. Considered very inhumane and cruel by many animal rights groups, including people for the ethical treatment of animals. In fact, these traps aren't effective forever. The glue on it will eventually start to dry. Step 4. Use poison traps. Poison-based rat traps usually come in the form of a pre-packaged poison station. The station is placed where the spot where the rat is likely to come across it. The rat eats it, wanders away, and eventually dies. While poison can be an effective way to kill rats, out of all the trapping methods, poison usually poses the most serious danger to small children, pets, and so on, so it's crucially important to use these traps responsibly. Pros: low maintenance. Not necessary to check for dead rats, as the rats will leave the trap and die elsewhere. They can be left out semi-permanently if poison is consistently refilled. These traits will make poison traps good choices for outdoor rat control. Cons: death can often take hours or days. It's not guaranteed that rats will eat the correct dosage. Possible to accidentally poison pets, children, or non-pest animals if used improperly. In outdoor rat infestations, rats may die in inaccessible parts of the residence and begin to rot. Step 5. Use a live trap if it's legal in your areas. You actually don't necessarily need to kill a rat to trap it, depending where you live. You may be able to use a live trap. However, it is important to find whether it's legal in your area. For instance, you may not legally be able to relocate the rat after you catch it in a live trap. If you use a live trap, make sure you choose a trap that the rat cannot fit through. Most rats can even fit through spaces as narrow 0.75 in, 1.9 centimeters. Be sure to check your live trap at least every 2 hours. 24 hours. Otherwise, the rat can starve to death, which is in your main hand, in most places, illegal. Step 6. Take any pets or young children into account. When choosing your traps, it's important to consider any people or animals at your residence that can conceivably fall victim to your trap by accident, namely, pets and small children. If you do have pets or small children, you may not necessarily need to avoid lethal traps altogether, but you should be ready to take all necessary precautions to ensure your children and pets don't have access to the traps. This can include keeping your close eye on your child or pet when it is around the traps and, if necessary, creating physical barriers for its own safety with paper and walls, etc. For especially small pets like miniature dogs, ferrets, hamsters, and so on. Larger snap traps can potentially cause serious injury. Bigger animals and children may still be at risk for broken bones, gashes, and so on if they step on one of the traps. Glue traps can lead to intense pain and discomfort if a pet or child accidentally steps on one. In rare cases, the glue trap can be life-threatening if it attaches to vulnerable areas around the mouth and nose. To remove a glue trap, apply baby oil to the spot where it is stuck and pry it off with a spoon. Poison can cause symptoms ranging from mild to severe depending on how much it is ingested. If you have reason to believe your pet or child has eaten rat poison, contact your local poison control centre immediately. The help you get may be life-saving. Also, keep the packaging the poison came in. Even if you used it all, it will have important information for a medical provider, veterinarian, or poison control person. Final step. For major rat infestations, call an exterminator. While it's possible to get rid of lots of rats with your own traps, sometimes it's best to leave the problem to professionals. If you don't feel comfortable trapping rats yourself, or if your infestation is too large for you to control, call a pest control expert as soon as possible. Most pest control companies offer experienced exterminators trained to use a wide range of solutions, including mechanical traps, kill and seal traps, ultrasonic repellents and rodenticides. Signs of a major infestation include rats visible in the open. Most rats like to hide as much as possible, so if you see them regularly, it's likely that there are many. Frequent appearance of small pellet-like droppings. Greasy, dirty trails along walls. Bite/nibble marks in store food. Small gnawed openings in corners of walls and cupboards. Infestation signs that doesn't seem to improve though rats are caught. For more ways to trap rats, open wikihow.